Okay. That's nice. So very good beginning of the stream. Okay, I will probably cut this off. So let's start again. Yeah, I don't think there was sound. Okay, issues with the sound. That's okay. So right now we are in another episode of $0 to $1 million per year. We had some issues with the sound, that's why I am starting one more time. On this channel, we are attempting to go from 0 to 1 million per year trading NASDAQ. And right now we may be cooking a trade here. Okay, daily opening gap here. We are bouncing off the top of this gap. We have some minor liquidity here, which I will mark on my screen as well. Okay, that's here. So let's see if we can reach for that. Below this, where is my 0.25 level? Where is my level? Did I lose it? No, it's here. Okay, cool. So this is the 0.25 level. This is the upper quadrant. Let's see if we can reach a little bit deeper into this gap. Now, before I continue with the introduction, because we are in the trading session, let me say I don't want to miss any trades, potential trades. We were the consolidation here. We broke through the consolidation. So we do have a few fair value gaps. We have this fair value gap here. It's just a normal one. Okay, a liquidity, touching on liquidity. And we do have this gap as well. So you might as well bounce off of the top of this gap or the middle point of this gap. So I think I will enter maybe 198. I will try and enter here for a quick bounce. We took down this liquidity, maybe like 10-15 points. Let's see. What can we get? And we do have also the first presented fair value gap just above. Okay, let's see if we can get just a little bit. My stop would have to be below this lows probably. Come on. You want to see my trade. This is it. Does not look like it wants to move any further here. Okay, so we are dropping, we are trading very, very small right now. It's a nice drop. I'm gonna hold this trade for a little longer because we closed and I want for it to bounce 172. 72 is about here. I have the lows here. My stop really has to be somewhere here. Okay, I did look at this order block as well. Maybe a little bit too rushed entry. Let's see what's gonna happen. Where is the first presented fair value gap? Here, it's here. Okay. So this was our first presented fair value gap. What does it do? big candle on the 5-minute chart with 2 wicks. So maybe that wasn't the best idea to enter. Let's see, we are approaching the 0.25 level, which is 172, and I want to add here. So I will add to my trade. Okay, great. I think I do have a fill. And give me a bounce, please. The first presented fair value gap on this chart is somewhere in this area. Okay, this was the first gap we opened here. We did have a small gap here. See? So we did create a small gap here. Okay, that's fine. Fair enough. So I need to adjust this on my chart. Approaching the 0.25 level. Expecting a bounce here. Is it going to be enough? Let's take a look. We do have a VWAP, which is right in the middle, gosh. Okay, right in the middle and below this liquidity and around this gap. So I need to be very careful about my stop loss placement. I want this trade to be a winner. Like I said, trading very small. So we do have some space to add to this trade, unless we dump like crazy. 49. VWAP is 149, and there is a support at 140. So my stop here is not the worst placement, although we need to keep in mind we have this liquidity below these lows. So maybe not the best one. I don't want to get wicked. I need to be very careful here. I'll mark this quickly on my screen. Yeah, it really should be below this. Okay, let's see. Let's see, there is a lot of things on this chart here. Okay, so we did not grab this liquidity there. If we did grab this liquidity, I would be tempted to actually enter a short above that major buy side liquidity. But since we did not go there, I have a feeling we will. But I'm wrong. Okay, we are at support on the 1-minute time frame right now. This is not a massive deal. But let's see. Okay, approaching 150 level. This is the midpoint of the gap, and 150 is where I would like to add something. So let's see. Come on, go a little bit lower. If needed, also I will scalp around my position to get out of this trade or get wrecked. We have entry here for now, and here might be a little bit rushed, I can see now. But let's see. Below these lows, I would certainly be exiting here. And I lost, but what you can do. Again, I don't know exactly what level. I'll see if we can bounce off this midpoint. We clearly broke the structure and the market structure on the 1-minute time frame. Let's seems like we did have this bearish breaker here. So I think we may actually go to somewhere around this area here, potentially. I want to measure this on my chart. This drop for now at least. Okay, so 0.5, yeah, is 211. So 211, I would have to exit somewhere around here. This is exactly the midpoint of that move so far. Okay, the keyword is so far here. Right now we are bouncing off. There is a first presented fair value gap, 31st October. So we are bouncing off that inside the daily volume imbalance and above VWAP. So let's see what's gonna happen here. Let's see. I don't need a lot. Yeah, I wanted to add to my trade around 150. Right now, because we are consolidating, I'm not sure if I want to do so. Looks still good on my 1 minute chart. Took some liquidity below these lows. Now the question is if we are targeting this liquidity and potential this liquidity too, or are we first going to move to this order block here? So I'm going to actually put my there is a gap here as well, and there is a okay, I can see I probably should not have entered the long here, at least not of this level, because we do have the breakaway gap. We had the bearish breaker here, then we have the runaway gap, and now we have this gap here. So I think it's still possible we actually touch on this gap here. The question is, are we going to move a little bit lower first and get stopped or not? Let's see what's gonna happen. Seems like we are accumulating here. I am tempted to add here, but on the other side, I'm not sure if I want to do this on this level. Let's wait and see. I'm pretty confident we are going to actually touch on this, the high of this gap. Maybe I will move this a tad higher. Let's 15. That would be a decent trade here. That is obviously if we move higher now. And then from here, really, we should go down. Well, at least what the chart is saying right now. 1 minute chart. The 5 minute chart is still bullish. The 15-minute chart is building more liquidity and is still bullish. So just 1 minute chart is saying we are going down. is going on here. It looks like accumulation here to me. I think there is going to be a wick to downside. I am not 100% convinced I want to add more to this trade at 150 level. I will see. Okay, down 50. I think we might actually wick a little bit. Okay, I have added a little bit to this trade, and the reasoning was basically that we created all these equal lows, then we obviously want to take this liquidity before we move higher. That may be totally wrong, and that's fine. I might get stopped out on this trade. Interesting. That is very interesting. $110. Okay. I wonder what's gonna happen if we take this liquidity here. Are we going to bounce back? 110 is an important level. Okay. Let's see. Let us see if I'm gonna get right. That's fine. Now this is 37. 37, okay. Would be nice if it went up from here, touch this gap. What time is it? 53. Okay. A little bit of dangerous play here. Let's see what's gonna happen. VWAP at 52. So VWAP is somewhere here. Okay. $37. I could exit one part at about 47. Okay, sell. Okay, so one part is sold at profit. Now I would like to sell this part at profit as well. 54, at least 10 points, if I'm given the opportunity. So here we made 37, 51, so that's 37 to 51, 14 points here. Okay, 14 points. That's fine. Come on, NASDAQ, move. We took the liquidity, there is nothing to see here. Okay, 14 points, give me another 10 points here. So around 63, I would be interested to close another portion of the trade, if it gives me the chance. $63. Where are we going? I'm gonna take some notes on the side. 14 points. So this looks like it wants to go a little bit lower. Do we want here? Okay, we do have a lot of stuff lower. I do not want to get stopped here. Okay, half of this week. 98. Where is the next level of liquidity here? It's about time we move higher from here. Midpoint of the opening range gap today should provide some support, hopefully. Let's see. Be patient. Come on. We have definitely broken the structure. We are below VWAP. And we are approaching 10 a.m. So if we are bullish, 10 a.m. actually could provide a reversal opportunity. Let's see, I'm not gonna be waiting for it. I want to scalp out my way of this position. So let's see, 14 points so far. This would be at least another 10 points. I may consider adding to this position. At logical levels. Certainly doesn't look like it wants to go up. $110 is interesting level, because 110 is the midpoint of today's gap. We left a lot of gaps behind us, so I am hoping we are not bouncing to the downside, but I want this gap to be inverted, ideally. Let's see if this is going to happen. Ten AM. Are we going to see the reversal or are we not going to see the reversal? That is a big question. Let's see how it moves. I may have to maybe exit break even. Let's see. I am fairly confident we are going to move a little bit to the upside, but okay. I forgot about the news. My goodness. Oh, wow, that's not good. That is certainly not good. Because I think we had some news at 10 today. Oh, that's not good. It's not good. Okay, it seems like we are kind of holding there, at least for now. That may be end of our journey. Okay, let's see if I can scalp something out of it. Around 13. There is an order block at 89, which may save us here. Okay, it's a little bit less than I wanted. Let's see, 14, 14.22, that's 6, that's about 8 points. Yeah, I wanted 10, so I was a little bit too fast. A little bit too fast. Let's see. So this order is done. This order is done. So now we have this order sitting here. And this would be my take profit. We have another potential gap for reversal here. That is obviously if we can reverse it. Okay, we hit the 50% of the opening range gap. And let's see if we are going to continue to the downside or no. If we do, then I will have to close this trade. But I am sincerely hoping we are going to hold this level, which does not look like we are, but who knows. Okay, I think we are gonna get stopped. Okay, I'm gonna move my stop loss, which is what I should not be doing, but 76 level, that is definitely not good trading today. That is definitely not a good trading. I know where it might be going, but I think that's too far away. There is a nice cluster of important levels at 26,050, which could be 26,050. That could be a nice target for this drop and potential reversal. Let's watch what's gonna happen here. The only thing we are doing is bouncing off the midpoint of the opening range gap right now. So nothing too exciting so far. Oh, that's a little bit more exciting now. That is if they can sustain this move. This is an inverted fair value gap displacement. We need to break these highs right now. See where we go. I might have to, just exit break even, start over, which is what I'd like to do if I'm given the opportunity. But if we have strong move like that to the upside, then I'd be interested in actually sticking with this trade a little bit longer. But we need to start breaking some of the previous highs. And this one we wicked above it. That's good. It's like a first tiny step. Now, if we go above this gap, that would be fantastic. It's after 10, so there is a possibility of a bounce. This trade definitely nothing to be proud of. So even if we win, I will not, be proud of this trade. It was a little bit chaotic, and we went deeply in drawdown as well, which is definitely not good. Definitely not the right way to trade. It's 146 is VWAP. It's the bottom of this gap. We can clear these highs and these highs, that would be fantastic. It's definitely sell program right now. Would be nice if we could create like a higher low. That would be a good indication as well that we are moving a little bit higher. Right now we are in the dangerous area. Definitely dangerous. At VWAP, okay, I really want to exit one part of my trade. Come on, move a little bit higher. Above 153. Okay, we have a runaway gap with displacement, which is good. And now we do have a second gap. This one, I'll take it away. So if this was our breakaway gap with displacement, okay, and now we are bouncing off that gap. As long as we don't go too deep into that gap, then it's looking good for us. But if we start digging in below it, then definitely bad for us. Yeah, I don't really want to see this. This is kind of the midpoint of the gap. Okay, so midpoint fine, below midpoint not looking good. And on the charts it does not look good either. So let's see. Definitely some minor liquidity above these highs. Okay, midpoint. This is the moment of truth. But it does not look like it wants to stop here, unfortunately. All it created is an order block on the 5-minute time frame and tested the VWAP. So let's see if this is going to just dump from here, or is there a chance for just dropping? Okay, so that is definitely not good. This is like last chance. $76 level. Wow, that 5-minute candle, scary. So I think we can delete that. It's certainly not needed. I will leave this gap here. This one we need it. Okay, such a pity this wasn't such a nice displacement above. Let's see if we can create something else here. Okay, one gap. Second gap. Now we need to go for all these 3 gaps to even be bullish. This is a runaway gap. We've got inverted gap. So it looks absolutely tragic. And I am considering closing this trade right now, as much as I hate doing this at these lows. Unless we're gonna get stopped automatically. There is a nice bullish order block at 0.27 level where I would consider re-entering the trade. We are below the midpoint of the opening range gap. Well, at least market is moving. It's not moving where we want it to, but at least it is moving. So let's see if it can make anything out of it and save us. Okay, we are at midpoint of the gap right now. So this looks like it wants to move to the downside, unless we create like a big displacement, which it does not look like we are going to do. 5 minutes, lots of space to go to the downside. Yeah. Not the best of my trade entry ideas, definitely not the best. We are protected by one last level, which is not very strong here. Anyway, at 75. A little bit like it wants to go to the upside, at least a little bit. But it is way too early to say anything. Unless there is something on the charts that I'm missing. Maybe an important level here. For now, it looks like we want to go down. So we did not break the structure here. We did break the structure here. We are accumulating off this gap. Last one. And we got stopped. Liquidation. Okay, so we got liquidated at one of the accounts, I believe. Let's see, this is gonna get stopped here. Yeah. Okay, so that stopped, unfortunately. And I do believe we lost one of the accounts, which does happen. I have two accounts and one of them I believe is gone. So I will need to check what's going on. Now, I think it is definitely time to stop for today. I need to take a look at what happened here, analyze this. I will talk about this a little bit more on the channel, hopefully tomorrow. Yes, and we'll see what could have been done. Okay, so the number 2, I believe number 3, I think is still intact. Oh, this was such a good level. So this is the lower quadrant. Yeah. Okay, guys. So let's quickly look at this trade. I think there will be trade opportunity, but I need to turn this account off. I wonder if it's a liquidation or is it the daily loss limit. It might have been daily loss limit. So I will have a look after the stream. Okay. I'm looking at 1 minute chart right now. This level looks promising. This is the high of the weekly opening gap, and this is the low of the weekly opening gap. The distance is 0.28 to 0.28 to 984. That's kind of promising. I think I will try one more time here, 0.28. That level. If it gives me that. There is an order block as well here. 0.25. Yeah, might have missed it. 0.28. And that corresponds with a nice order block at 0.28 as well. That's the mid part of the order block. Let's see. I'm sure we're gonna touch this. Well, that was an unfortunate trade today. So nothing to be proud of. 25. Let's see what's gonna happen. We touch this level. Okay. I'm gonna enter trade here and give it some time to play out. 982, 970, and if this doesn't work out, then I'm gonna be completely done for the day. There is nice liquidity here. Okay. The order block on the 15-minute chart is within this vicinity. We also have support here. This is another, so really my stop has to be a little bit lower. Let's see when we get there. I might close this trade early if I don't like it. But right now we are closing the gap. There are a lot of levels here in this vicinity. Okay, level number 7. So you may want to close this gap. The middle part of this gap will be around this level here, the top of this volume imbalance. Order block on the 5-minute, the 15 minutes, so it looks like such a nice area to bounce from. I will certainly add to this trade in this area, because if we are going to bounce, then we are going to bounce somewhere here. Let's see. London low. Okay, London low is being taken. Interesting. Okay, initial balance set as well. So we went a little bit lower. Damn, I did not expect this is going to go that low, to be honest with you. That actually might be our I'm gonna add to this trade here. This day is going to look bad anyway. Just looks so good for a bounce of this area. At least like, let's see. How many points do we target? We left a lot of unclosed gaps above us. That is not to say that the indicators are, well, the 5-minute is oversold, but it still has a lot of place to go, a lot of space to go to the downside. So I would not count on this, but I would like to see a bounce. We wait. It does not want to work with me. It does want to close this gap, seems like that. But the question is if it's going to close it now, or is it going to just tease us a little bit, reverse, and then move down? We have broken the structure pretty much on every time frame. Right now, one 10. Yeah, this is a good target here. Mm. Mm. Okay, I'm gonna sell part of my order here. Now I'm gonna keep another part for a little while here to see what's gonna happen. Oh, you're not seeing my trend. Wow, we left so many gaps. Okay, so that was a good trade. We messed up the previous one though, so it does not give us the right to be boasting about this, but that was a decent trade. So I entered here 0.32. The first part was exited at 0.50, about 18 points. It's 18 points, 31, yeah, 18 points. And another one, 0.76. And let's see what happens from here. Did we break any structure on 1 minute? Absolutely not. Okay. So the other trade, I was looking at the charts in the meantime. It was just a rushed trade basically. So I thought I ignored basically the signs, okay? So we had this bearish breaker, basically we created the low here, the high, the low, the higher high. We took down this week. We just dumped straight below these levels. Okay, this was not a liquidity grab. And I entered right below. And since then we just kept dumping. And I stuck with my trade here. And my mistake here was I was adding to this trade. Well, first of all, I stuck with it for a little bit too long, definitely, and was moving my stop loss in hope that this is going to reverse and we can scalp around my core position. However, it kept dumping, and my second mistake was that I was adding, like, you know, here was 202 level, here was 184, so 20 points apart, adding to my order, while really I should consider the fact that we may be going down to close that gap, okay, at least to the half point. So really, if I entered here, my next addition should be around 110 level, really, which would be somewhere in this vicinity, okay? And then my next addition should be around 0.48 level, if any, 0.48, which would be somewhere here. And that would be much better approach, much safer as well, and we could scalp these positions. It won't be moving down forever, there will definitely be a bounce. But so that was my mistake. I need to calculate how many points did we lose, how many points did we gain. Definitely we lost a lot today, and because we hit the daily stop limit, so my stupidity. I sometimes don't like to trade Mondays after weekend because I kind of get out of sync and I forget my own rules as well. So yeah, that's what it is. What time is it now? Okay, it's 10:51, so almost 11 a.m. So I'll stick with you guys, and I'll stay here for a little bit longer, see if we have any trades that could be entered. This could be area for short, but we might actually be bouncing now, so I don't want to enter it. I'll show you 15-minute chart. This is what I was looking at. Okay, so we did have this order block here. Okay, and as you can see, we bounced a bit. 0.27 to 101, so 70 points. Wow. Now we did break the structure here. So the runaway gap here. it does not look good right now. The 5-minute chart. The 5-minute chart again. Sorry, that's 1-minute chart. The 5-minute chart again. Same situation, order block. This is what I should be looking at for a bounce. Unfortunately, instead I entered. That was a totally stupid trade. I entered 203. 203 was somewhere here, this level. So completely stupid trade. Well, anyway, that's life. We are still learning. So I will analyze this trade, see why the heck did I enter it, but it's done. It's done. It's done. So let's take a look what's going on now. No break of structure. We look at the 1 minute. We still have this gap to be closed here. So right now we are making lower highs. No break of structure. So unless we create like a higher high here, then I think we are going to close this gap right now. So what's going on here? We have a gap here, and we have another gap here, but no break of structure. So to charge my phone. So I'll do this. So now the question is this order block here. Are we going to bounce of it? Go higher? Which doesn't look like, to be honest. This is the lower quadrant of the gap. So we almost closed it. Almost. These are still lower. Okay, we are touching on this gap here. So I wonder if this is going to provide some support. It's 11 AM, so also possibility of reversal. Could this be a higher low? Might be. Still no break of structure. Someone is at the door, so just give me a second. Okay. Looking at the earlier trade on my other screen, somehow calculated. It's gonna be impossible now as there was a lot of additions. I will probably estimate it from. Okay, the good news is our account did not get liquidated. All we did is hit the daily. daily loss limit. So we're gonna have to be careful with this account as it's well, it's close to being liquidated, but not just yet. That and okay, making higher highs, but still no break of structure. So this one. How many contracts was I trading in average here? Just trying to kind of estimate the number of points. Was 8. Okay, what's going on here? We do have first signs of breaking the structure, so watch the charts now. Still, I'm gonna bring my calculator on the side. $75 points. That's the estimation here. 75 points. That's definitely too much. And the second trade was, although a smaller trade, but we did scalp 2 and 2, 4. And that was I'm watching the charts, don't worry. I'm not in the mood to enter any trade, but this was the break of structure. This was the order block. So anything from 0.62 would be our ideal entry, but we do have this low here. It may actually bounce off this order block if it's going to. I'm gonna calculate. Oh, okay, what's going on? Okay. I will enter a trade here. But this is going to be tight. I will see. Simply because we have the break of structure here. And the 1 minute, but still. So let's see if we can scalp a few points out of it. 7, 8. Come on, we've got to move. You have to move. Okay, that's gonna be break even. So that is going to be break even, and I can give it one more chance. Of this one, because there was no break of structure here, the break of structure was here, so in this order block, well, ideally this, but are we gonna move there? That is the question. 59. Okay, let's try it. I'm gonna give it a few points here, but ideally I wouldn't want this gap to be closed. Come on, move. 1104. So it's definitely time to move for NASDAQ somewhere. Okay. It's time to move, NASDAQ. It's time to move. 10 points. Let's move this to break even. Come on. Give me something more. Break even again, probably. Still working on it. Okay, just like a very quick trade. I just can't wait for it. So I will just calculate the points here. Let me see, 21 points here. And wow, it's moving now. 21 points. And we had 43 points. So 64 points. And in order to be accurate, I have to divide it by 2. So 64. Did I say 64? One more time. One, 43, 64 points. So 32 points. And now points, so maybe 37 points in the green and 75 points in the red. So overall, $38 points negative. More or less. Okay, so not the best day. See, it's moving now. Awesome. Yeah, I just couldn't. I couldn't wait. Okay, guys, I'm going to end the stream for today because I have some stuff to do, so can't stay any longer. Not the very best day. It would be a good day if I didn't mess up at the beginning. So tomorrow is a fresh day and I will see you tomorrow again, and let's see if we can make up for the losses. Okay, thank you so much and bye bye.